Hello, everybody. Welcome to part 2 of the RealityGays Watch What Crappens crossover. It's part 2 of a glorious movie. We hope you love it.
The eviction notice, I'm surprised there wasn't that there. So anyway, while the landlady Dorley is being like, where's the money? All of a sudden we hear a blood-curdling scream. Like it is, there's an intruder somewhere, a knife, there was a knife accident, something terrible. And Zoey I'm not Zoey, but Taylor is like, Zoe's the daughter. Runs down the hall. And, you know, of course, Darley knows it's all bullshit. She's like, okay, you know what? By the way, this daughter in distress thing, it's getting kind of old. You can't pull this shit on me.
Yeah, and this tells us what does this tell us? Like, if we're reading the text of this, what does it tell us? That these two are fucking drama queens, and that this girl is always screaming in the apartment, and she still had a free 4 months. And this lady is like, listen, I'm just going to tell you the nicest way I can as far as your excuses. I don't care. Like, she sings it.
That's a great line.
That was the best.
Yeah. So I like that.
She sold dialogue might be a little wonky. Someone else as esteemed as this actress would not have been able to sell a line like that, but she did it.
I guarantee they did not say that she should sing that line.
No,
and she made that choice.
She made that choice.
And it was so good. When she sang that, I was like, this, not only is this lady so good so quickly, but like, she also should be on Broadway. Like, please cast her in something.
She went in the key of, I don't care. And everyone on set went, oh.
We had no idea. Diana Maria Riva.
Oh. Look at that. Someone's a groundling.
The daughter shrieks and she runs in and she says, are you okay, Zoey? She's like, I got into Sun Peak Snowboard Academy.
Say that again, please.
Can't wait till you learn to do brain surgery over there.
We can unpack the idea. By the way, I looked up if there are any snowboarding schools. Turns out most people just take a couple of lessons. So this is where the whole premise falls apart for me of the entire movie.
Well, Snowboarding Academy. This is where they're like, we got to bring in the young people to watch this. So let's have a Snowboarding Academy.
It can only be for like 4 weeks, right? Because it's at this resort. Because the resort can't be open for that long.
But it's so expensive. Well, Canada, it could be open for fucking 6 months. But
it's set. We don't know where we are.
We don't know where we are.
But you mean to tell me this girl got to be so good at snowboarding that she was able to get into Snowboard Academy, and yet this local academy, she doesn't have, like, why do you even need the academy at this point? You have access to the mountain.
She's going to be an Olympian.
How did she get in? Did she do a virtual audition?
No, it was an essay.
Exactly.
Well,
what do you mean you got in?
It's all on video now. So that's what's even trickier. Is she just had to like be in her living room on that snowboard selling it.
And they're like, how many followers do you have?
How many followers do you have? Yeah.
What's your audience?
Then,
I just want to ask all of you, though, let's get on Santa's sleigh and take a ride to Delusion Land, if we may. And I want to ask you, because the way this school academy is treated, that this is the Princeton, the Harvard of snowboarding
schools, which I don't think exist.
So I want to ask all of you, if you get into the Sun Peak, whatever, Snowboarding Academy, what changes in your life? Where do you end up? Where does it catapult you to?
With a broken ass or a broken back, like it does with that girl.
It's really more about the alumni networking, really.
It's all about
if you find yourself in Calgary and you are at a party and you're looking for a job and you find it someone else who is at the academy, like you're set. You're set.
Sun Peak.
People
they have like a secret sign.
Internship. Yeah,
it's like
I just wish I knew her in real life so I could say, listen, your mom already has a homeless van to move into. Could we try nursing? Like, let's give up snowboarding school for a while.
The other part of this is So the daughter obviously knows they're not in the best of financial places.
She just wants to make her mother feel terrible.
I think the daughter is one of the villains in this movie.
100%.
Especially because of her shifting age.
Especially because there's no actual villains in the movie, which is hard for creating conflict.
Well, she's like that girl who pretended to be a child so that she could get adopted. But then they were like, she was an adult. Really.
Oh, what was her name?
Orphan.
Yeah, no, that was the basis of it. But like, what was her name? She was like the
Bernadette
Russian
Peters.
girl. Margaret something Grace.
Natalie
Grace.
Natalie Grace.
Natalie Grace.
Yeah.
So
she's really doing that. She's just working against her the whole time. Because every time the daughter's with her, she's nice. But then the daughter's behind her back. And she's like, my fucking loser mom. Doesn't even have a boyfriend.
Passive aggressive to her mom.
Yeah.
And basically, this awful academy is like, congrats, you got in, and here's how much you'll have to pay to join us, because it's all in one letter, which is not how welcome letters work.
No.
And it's like, hey, so Taylor's like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. Are they going to be doing any SAT prep for you, or you're just snowboarding it all day? You are thinking about your future still, right? And she's like, yeah, I got in. This is the most prestigious snowboard academy in town.
Again, I don't know what the fuck any of this means. Can I also say that she said, oh, that's a lot of zeros. And I wrote down, we're going to see something later on where they ask her how much she costs and she just shows it to them on a phone. And I said, can this woman not determine the relationship between a numeral and cost? Like, can she not understand Arabic numerals and how they work? Because she can't even say the cost to her brother and his partner. Like, he's like, here, read this. I don't really know either. I can't understand how much it costs.
Look, this movie might be a classic, and if they're still showing it in 25 years, we don't want to be embarrassed by this value being depreciated.
How much?
This could be the thing that's embarrassing in the movie.
How much did they go out of their way not to say how much it cost?
Yeah, but they said a lot of zeros. So if there's a lot of zeros, that's at least 10 grand, right? So how much did you make being Santa for 2 weeks? Like, is that a well-paying gig?
Well, she got 50%
Well, remember,
off.
you got half off. So it was probably like
she ends up being a billionaire, so I think it got taken care of.
I'm gonna say
zeros?
For this academy it was $80,000. I'm gonna say it's $80,000 a year.
Wow!
But she says, 100%. I can swing 40,000.
Listen, I've been saving up cookie. I've been saving up. I haven't even paid rent for 4 months, but I can pay half of it. Like, what? No, you can't.
That I will say. Santas make a lot of money, because I remember when I worked at the Quail Springs Mall at the Clinique counter in Oklahoma City, that it was
Santa was like, you are not sitting over here on my lap again, Clinique. Go back. Go back.
I met Santa because he used the break room in the Dillards that I worked at.
Okay. It's got to be so creepy to see someone to Santa on break.
He's a biker, totally biker guy. He would come and smoke cigarettes and everything. And this was his entire job for the entire year. He worked basically just 1 month. And in that, he lived on that entire salary for the rest of his life.
Just to remind you,
in a blue van.
He didn't just have that job at Quail Springs Mall. He did other things. Because
he was only the Quail Springs Santa. It was exclusive.
Do y'all sometimes doubt?
No, this was malls. At least I don't know how they are now.
Anyone who's a truth teller, it's the biker in the changing room.
The Santa at the Grove, I bet you, is not at any other mall. Caruso locked that down.
When I'm telling you, he works 1 month a year.
1 month a year, and that's enough for him to ride his back around the country and see his bike friends.
Wow.
I guess I need to be a Santa.
Well, I mean, if you
need to lean into my stereotype a little harder here. I should be something.
Well, I crunched some numbers just now, and I was like, okay, the way that they're talking about this Snowboard Academy, I was like, let me find what tuition costs for a comparable experience. So I looked up what the tuition is for Phillips Exeter Academy, and for
comparable.
Yeah. It's about $70,000, just under $70,000 a year for boarding students, and it's about $55,000 for day students. So we're going to say she would be considered a day student because we see she goes back to her apartment. So we're going to say it's about a $55,000 tuition to go to Snowboarding Academy. So that is quite high. Yeah.
But it's only $25,000 because she works for them.
I could not.
By the way, we never really said. She never ended up claiming Zoey as her daughter, as Santa.
How does that work?
We never saw that. We just saw they hired her with no
immediately get in there.
Background check.
Oh my God, you're right.
So the whole point of her getting the job, we never saw how she hoodwinked them
That's
into
a
them
huge
believing
flaw
that
in this
that was
movie.
her daughter.
When he goes, jingle bells, ho, 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 this is my daughter.
Yeah.
So actually for people who may not have watched this movie, what is about to come out is the revelation that this tuition is incredibly high, especially for an academy that is not going to prepare this girl for college. And but you can get a 50% discount if you work at the resort that this academy.
Yeah, this is provided by the exposition gays who tell us.
So that's something that will come up. If you're wondering what the hell we're talking about, that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
But we're saying that you can, if you work there, your children get the discount. But we actually never had a scene where she actually tells the hotel, I have a child who is going to your academy.
And I thought that they actually did a good job when I was watching it, because at the end they did explain she did use her social security number, and it came up as her real name. She just used a fake name, but her real social security number. But it's still, I was like, this doesn't make sense. Wouldn't they do a background check? Wouldn't they do this? But they explained why they didn't do it.
Ryan Eggold said, don't we need a background check for something like this? And Tia Mowry went, we don't have the time.
We don't have time.
We don't have time if he was a predator or not.
It's just someone
because maybe she was
sitting right on his dick for a couple of hours. We don't need to check up on him.
That was the craziest thing. When she's like, the tree lighting is in 3 hours. We ain't got the time.
Especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, we're losing traction to the Santa that's across the way at the Klotz Cookie Company. We can't lose any more customers. So now Taylor is like, I gotta make money
somehow.
Yeah, and by the way, and really fuck this kid. This kid knows exactly how poor they are and still is going to be I need to go to Snowboarding Academy. No.
It's fine, Mom. I don't have to do that.
There is nothing worse than a child with dreams.
Hey,
Taylor, put your foot down a little bit. Taylor was acting like she can't disappoint her child. No, the child's already disappointed.
Exactly.
So put your foot down and be like, you're going to school, actually. You're not going to Snowboarding Academy.
Or get a part-time job. You know what I mean? Work at a playa.
You're 15. Also, we're just why aren't kids working these days? Lower that work age.
I've got a 5-year-old who made this iPhone, and it's the best thing I've ever found. You're telling me you can't go mix a smoothie?
Those tiny fingers really just get into all those
precision.
spots.
I'm telling
you. All my favorite clothes at Old Navy.
Rather than doing something like saying, hey, if you want to go to Snowboarding Academy, that's fine, but you need to get a job too. Instead, she goes and brings her albums to the local record store, because in this Christmas oriented town, there also happens to be a cool trendy record store.
A used vinyl store with a guy who really thought he wanted that Jack Black roll in High Fidelity.
He did. God bless his heart. Bless his heart. But
I know if I could have done that.
I just saw her going to that used record store, and I was like, you are in a poor mindset. You've got to change your mindset, because this is what you plan to do to save Christmas is to go sell your old fucking 10-cent record. No, girl, come on. Girl. Get some OnlyFans going. I like when her daughter was like, don't sign up for OnlyFans. Her daughter was like, please don't. Are you going to do some OnlyFans shit? Because that is the modern thing.
That was an edit. That was an edit that they put in to modernize this, because this was written in 2002.
Because that's what you would do today. Yep. My nieces, when they were in the still having to go through the school line where you pick them up, my sister was like, this lady in front of me in this big Suburban with the kids on the back, the stickers of the kids on the back, the stick figures.
Yeah.
She's like, she had written on her car, in the paint. You know how you can paint on the car? Usually seniors do it to be like, just graduated. But she painted her OnlyFans account. And then she had a sticker made of a QR code to go to her OnlyFans. All the moms were pissed because isn't this, the dads are on the line going to the OnlyFans. Wow. It's so fucking smart. But it's normal that they're doing it in freaking Lakeway, Texas. So,
so many dads did that just out of curiosity.
But drive Uber, do Postmates. There's the gig economy is real. And she's like, oh, I guess I'm just going to have to get some prosthetics and become a fake Santa Claus.
Well, at least I was creative. I'm talking about the record selling. I'm like, there's just so much more.
The record selling.
Like, you're just saying you're making an effort without really doing anything.
Also,
like, oh my God, I sold my Eagles album. Like,
also,
nobody
maybe
cares.
Downsize. Maybe downsize because look, so the whole thing is that this is someone who she doesn't have a job. She doesn't have any money. And we go into her very spacious apartment. And it is like gorgeous in there. It's like going into a showroom for room and board. And I'm okay.
No, it is not. And
it's
saying
not
that
like
this
the
lady
gays
can
apartment.
Downsize is crazy. You guys called this a flop house 10 minutes ago.
I called it a flop house.
Like,
Jay said that. I said it was a nice
the outside looked like a flop house to me.
I thought it looked fine on the inside.
Lovely.
I didn't think it was crazy nice.
But it's not the kind of apartment you can be like, I'm going to downsize. What are you going to do? You're going to be living in a
hallway.
This should have been a montage of her doing things like selling off, having a yard sale, doing things that would have that made the stakes higher.
Judging off the other montage that we see later, the director doesn't actually know what a montage is. But that's another story.
I think like what didn't match for me was here she shows up and she's in her like old blue van because like that's all she can have. But then her apartment is like very lovely. It's like this is not a blue van driving apartment.
It's like middle of the road. Totally. It's not like the gays apartment. I think the gays apartment, like they got money. That's like dink money. That's dual income, no kids.
That's no kids money right there.
That's what dink is. Like, I was like, why are we talking about dinkins again?
Living that dink life.
How often does that
makes me feel? It makes me feel sad because I guess I'm sink.
Wait, what's dink?
In so many ways.
Single income, no kids. Sink.
That's not a thing.
I'm
single income,
I'm in a dink.
Kids. Sink.
Yeah, I'm a dink. I love it.
Dink.
It's a thing. I just looked it up.
Living that dink life.
Sink life. Sink life. Matt, how is this going to affect Sink Talk?
So she brings her records in. To sell. She's trying to like get some money. And then there's this guy who's in this very stylish like overcoat or whatever with the collar up, and he's got like his stubble. Joe Cool. And he's like, whoa, screaming kittens, which is, by the way, funny that she's had the screaming kittens the entire time. And her own daughter is so disinterested in anything her mother does. And she hasn't even looked at these albums that have been their entire life.
Which would have made sense a few years ago because like who has vinyls? But now vinyls, they all have the vinyls now. You know? And they're like $50, by the way.
So expensive.
Yeah. So this whole scene was kind of weird because vinyls are back and you could actually sell those for decent money now. But in this show, they're like, vinyls? Who has those? I'll give you 10 cents.
Can I tell you something? I bought a record player for Dom like 2 years ago, and we're like, this will be for the holidays. And we set it up, and it's fun. And we got we went to Amoeba. I got like a Sade vinyl, and I got a Fleetwood Mac vinyl. I got all the basic, vinyls. It's like, this is so fun. Put it on, and like it's like, oh, how cool! Listening to vinyl at the house and it's playing. And then like after like 3 songs, it's like, please turn me over. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll just walk over there, turn it over. And I'm going to go back to the kitchen now. And I'm like, time for the next album. Okay.
It was a simpler time.
Again. And I'm like, fuck this shit. All going back that record player every 5 seconds.
It takes a lot more work, I will say. You have to be, it's more about dedicated to listening to in a certain way. I totally agree with you. But it's like, I love like mine.
Yeah, or the phone rings and you're like, stop the music. And it just keeps playing. You're like, stop the music.
And it's like
Alexa,
a typical album. And it's like 4 different, because now, of course, like growing up, like an album was catered to the size of an album, like what the actual vinyl could hold. But now like, it's
5
like,
songs.
Here's the vinyl version of my favorite album. It's like, oh, this is like, to listen to the whole album is like 3 vinyls to get through to flip over. And you're like, oh my God, why am I doing this?
Streisand talks about this in detail in her biography.
Gay.
What does she
fascinating.
Say?
No, she talks about how they were so limited on song choices back then because of the records, and also she talked about the way that sound mix, like the different materials you could use for records, and that it produced different. She went all in this whole detail about it. It's a wonderful biography.
That's really
fucking
cool.
900 pages.
I was going to say, isn't it like almost 1,000?
I listened to the audiobook and it's 48 hours, but it's like, but it's 48 hours of your Jewish aunt reading you a story of her life and intermittently ad-libbing full on. Cause I looked, they're not in the book. Basically, like in every like hour, she goes off about some type of food that she loves.
Oh, I love that.
It's great.
Pastrami at Nathan's.
She should have won the Grammy for it, but Jimmy Carter died, so he won it.
Oh, gross.
Always the sympathy award.
Yeah.
Seriously, you need to die in order to get a Grammy these days.
True. Beyonce almost
this
had
guy,
to.
So this guy, who we later find out his name is Matthew, he's like,
Matthew
what? You're
Lane.
selling the screaming kittens? That's crazy.
These guys are legends.
She's like, but why would you like them? They only have one album. They're such losers who have loser kids who drain their mom's money. And he's like, no, but look, like, check out this lead singer. She was amazing. She inspired me to pick up the guitar. At that point, she's like, I never should become a singer.
Inspired a single guy to pick up guitar to try and get some more free poussey seg. I'm so proud of myself.
I do have to say, this whole bio does not track with anything we learn later about him. But more to be said with that later.
Yeah.
Well, they do have him playing
why?
the guitar randomly later.
Yeah.
It's like, remember he said he was playing the guitar.
Also dressed like he just walked out of J. Crew.
Yes, and he's like,
Or
yeah,
like, what's an old version of
Brooks
that?
Brothers.
Yeah.
Brooks Brothers, yeah. You know, it's funny. Part of me wonders, did the actor, was this like one of those actors who's like, hey, you know, since we're shooting this scene with like guitar, you know, I actually love playing guitar. I would love to just like get up there and jam on stage. You know?
Totally.
You know, actors love doing that shit.
This was something he volunteered. I act and sing. I can totally be up there and sing with her. Totally.
Yeah. And they're like, well, it wasn't really the plan, but
but
okay.
You know,
I mean, they had to
he's the biggest name in the movie.
Yeah,
probably,
I mean,
so.
it's like I fully believe that A Star Is Born exists as a movie solely so that way, like Bradley, what's his face, could like cosplay as a rock star because he like picked up guitar once.
The
like,
studio went,
fine.
Make whatever movie you want.
Okay, so he's really into that, and he recognizes her, and she's
From
like,
the
"No, that was
illustration.
another time." Yeah, well, I mean, it's a different time, so you wouldn't necessarily recognize someone. It's not like
he's an idiot.
Jeffrey Gibson.
No, yeah, and he's like, "Wait, but you should do this again." And she's like, "No, I can't. No, I can't." He's like, "Wait, but you should." "No, I can't." And she's like, "I gotta go." And she runs out.
Then she goes, "Bye."
But also, like, but also, he's like, "What happened to your blue hair?" You fucking idiots! 25 years later, you changed it up.
I put it all onto my van.
It is funny how people don't let people. That is true though. Like I was just watching an interview with what's her name?
I hate this.
All About the Bass Girl,
Jenny Garth.
Meghan Trainor.
Meghan Trainor, and Meghan Trainor, is thin now, and so she was like writing things like, people are writing on my Instagram, and she was like saying, "But you were the bass girl. What happened to that bass?" And she went, "I was 19. I'm 32 now." So there is this ridiculousness.
Nope, you got to be one thing. You got to be one thing for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No,
that's true though.
Felicity.
Like, get off my ass. I didn't realize it was that long ago.
Also,
It's
I don't
amazing
realize
how
it was
it's
that
been
long
that
ago.
many years, and
Jesus.
I'm still so fucking terrorized by that song. That song still comes on. It still pisses me off every time it comes on. Why do you get to get over it if I don't get to get over it? Like until you stop fucking brain fucking me with that song, you don't get to run away from it. You don't get to be like, it's over now because it's still in my mind.
No treble.
No,
and all her subsequent songs
in 2014.
Yeah,
So
and all her
9 years
subsequent
later,
songs are just variations of that song.
Yeah.
You know, everything is pretty much like, and it's all about that window, no doors. Like, wait a second.
No, her songs are all like, I'm hot. You can't have me because I'm hot. Oh yeah, I'm a girl. I'm hot. And then the next one will be like,
I'm a girl because I'm singing like a black girl too.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
hot. What's that one? What's my sign? No. Can I have your number? No. Like, shut up, Meghan Trainor. Get off my Amazon.
So
just gonna play her more now.
He's busy. Before she runs out, he does ask her like, "Wait, but like, why did you don't you like? What about your band? Don't you love being in a band?" And she's like, "Well, you can't be a rock star and a mom at the same time." Like, wow. I'm like, well, tell that to Courtney.
I literally saw
Cox.
Linda Perry sing with her kid.
Tell it to Pink.
I think you get a little bit of her complete and utter like just depths of depression here.
Also like where is the resentment towards the child? I feel like everything about this movie is like she had a dream, she was doing something amazing and spectacular, and she had to give literally up everything for this daughter, and now this daughter is going to literally force her to do the craziest thing in the world just because she wants to go to some stupid snowboard academy, and she's like not even mad at the kid,
and she doesn't even seem like she wants to sing. She doesn't even seem like she really enjoyed being a rock star. It's like, yeah, that was a long time ago. Like even in the acting in it, she's like, yep, that was a different time. Fuck all.
She was forced into
whatever. It was a bizarre choice, and I kind of wish they had made it to where, because I mean, I do think they put it on the daughter. Like, well, you can't be a mom too. I had to give up my dreams for my kid, but I wish they had made it like, I don't know, like I never really believed in myself and I never gave myself the chance. I mean, I wish she had like some kind of a turn, you know, because I felt like the subtext was blaming it on the kid. Like, I don't think she ever took a moment of responsibility. Like, wow, I blame my whole life on my kid instead of me not getting my shit together and still going after it, you know? Like, we've had computers since that kid was born. You could have been there on your Ableton Live or whatever, your garage band. Like, come on, man. Like, what kind of inspiration is this supposed to be exactly?
And also it's setting up this implication that like whatever family business has to be saved at the end, because it's always a family business. She is going to step back into her rock star roots somehow and like tap into her own talent and fame and use her fans to come in and save some sort of business. And again, spoiler alert, that never happens.
Right,
like
never
all is that she sings like a Christmas song at the end, and that like has nothing to do with moving the story forward or backwards.
And it's not the kind of music she did before. It is total like Run Run Rudolph, which is a rock kind of blues song.
It was like
I'm sorry, they should have talked about in the thing. I loved that Christmas album or something that your rock band did, and then she sang the fucking Christmas song at the end.
Go.
There, like, that's not fucking Run Run Rudolph.
Run Run Rudolph, which is like the only people who like those Run Run Rudolph are like boomers who are wearing 65 shirts.
Run Run Rudolph is a MAGA Christmas song.
No one likes that song. No one likes Run Run Rudolph. I'm sorry.
No. Well, yeah, it's like, a MAGA song now, and Rudolph is an immigrant.
Yeah.
Run.
It's a warning. It's a warning.
Self-support Rudolph.
Yeah, we're taking it over. But yeah, I would have liked some like punk Christmas.
Or
like,
a punk version.
That was what I thought I was going to get.
I totally agree. I actually think that's like a legitimate note. This was not a snarky note because we're recapping. I'm like, legitimately, it should have been like the screamo version.
Yeah. Like it sounded like a fucking Clash.
And it should have been like the whole time, whenever that band gets up there and plays like their safe, like, dad rock music, that she's like, ugh, this is awful. I can't listen to this. Right. And then finally she gets up there and she's like, let me show you how you really do. It's like, jingle bell, all the way. And like, and then she's like crazy.
Rudolph. Also, y'all, I hate to tell everyone, we're going to spoil this. That was not her voice.
It wasn't?
She decided.
Then why didn't they find a real punk kind of voice to do it? Because even that, she's like,
it was a rock voice.
Well,
they asked her.
It was Diana Maria. It was Diana Maria Riva all the time. It's like, don't worry, guys.
They asked her to sing, and she said, "No, I'm too scared." And so they hired someone now he sang that. You could tell it was him.
Yeah, he sounded good.
And he played guitar. And at the end, she said, do you notice her bad guitar playing? She's I actually knew how to guitar play. I knew how to play the guitar, but it was so cold. I just kind of kept my hands the same place.
So did you read like an article about this?
Yes.
I'm like, how did you find this
how
out?
it came up? Fucking Facebook or something like that. Because I had just been talking about this movie. It's like Alexander Breckenridge talks about the movie because, they hear everything. And it said she did not sing that song.
Definitely a Facebook post.
Yes.
So this is real. This is real tea.
I am spilling tea on the spot.
You are spilling hot cocoa.
I'm spilling hot cocoa, the HC.
Yeah.
Well, funny that you mentioned that because
we can talk about hot cocoa.
So he chases her outside and he's like, well, I haven't been in this town for years.
Should I go after her? Chocolate? Don't fuck up this line. How many times do you think this guy said, I think so wrong? Because he was high. Like he went, yeah, go. And they're like, cut. The line is, I think so. Go follow her. I think it was a lot.
Yeah, so he had to run out after her. And he's like, whoa, screaming kittens. Let's get the band back together. She's like, yeah, I'm a mom, so my dreams are dead.
So you want to get some hot chocolate? This guy's not asked for hot chocolate. He's being like, where can I get some whiskey and some Coke?
Can I say, we have to stop this bullshit of hot chocolate for everything. It makes everything feel so chaste. And it's ridiculous. They're going to fuck later.
I love hot chocolate. I love hot chocolate, but these two, at the very least, he's saying, what about some some
hot
Irish
buttered
coffee?
rum,
hot butter, or like whiskey eggnog spiked,
or like some heroin. I mean, the whole hot chocolate thing, like in 2025, at least half of the population is lactose intolerant.
Yeah,
I mean, you're basically asking somebody to a farty party. You know, like why are you asking? Why are you inviting farts before we've even dated?
The whole idea of this guy who is a complete bad boy wondering where he can find some hot chocolate.
Yeah.
He would say, where can I score in this town? Where can I I get some Coke?
Hey, Screaming Kitten, where's the good
here's
Coke?
a note.
I mean, she's from a punk band. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. And here's a note that I have for the story, which is that we find out in like a subsequent scene that he is like he's like a full like Brandon Davis disaster.
Total
right?
Brandon
like
Davis.
Bloated
like, Coke face.
He's like a disaster, and like he needs to get his act together. I truly wish this movie had shown us that. And like when we first meet him, he is a disaster, and he's like brash and cocky and disgusting, and he is like maybe drunk or whatever it is. And then we see him get his shit together because of her. Because when we meet him, he's actually like you said, like he's Brooks Brothers and pretty like on top of shit. He's just like a guy who like works a finance job somewhere.
And then in that next scene, we're like, oh, you're a fuck up. Oh, you're like he's normally like a normal, charming guy. And then he goes, his pickup line is, hey, we can debate guitar solos and talk about our favorite Christmas songs, which is so almost like this is not even Hallmark movie. This is like Great American Country. Or like, that's how Christian this is. Like it's nuts. That kind of dialogue.
This is not a guy who goes to Europe and like bangs prostitutes in Rome and like does like coke off the dashboard.
This is not someone who's killed 4 hookers and sank their bodies in the Mediterranean.
Oh yeah, no. This is like it's like you meet this guy in Saint-Tropez or wherever, and it's like, oh my god, yeah, what are you doing, you bad boy? He's like, hey, you want to talk about our favorite books? Like,
exactly. Like, talk about our favorite Christmas songs. What the fuck?
Yeah. So she's like, does this work for you? Wait, why did she say that? I don't know. So she's like, my life is a balancing act, and I'm just not dating it right now. Don't take it personally. Yeah. And he's like, oh, it's just 2 people having hot chocolate.
Not a date. That's going to come back later.
She's like, well, there's a bistro at the end of the block. There's not a bistro in that town. There's a Subway sandwich, and they don't have hot chocolate over there.
Mm-hmm. It's exactly what it is.
And it's Swiss Miss.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So even though this is the only hot guy in town that she's probably seen in like 30 years. Right. She's like, I can't do this. I can't.
That was weird though, right? That there were no other hot guys in town.
There was usually in these you get other cute guys. Nothing.
Yeah. The other thing is it's never really explained why. We find out later that she got pregnant in school, dropped out. Never really it's not really clear if she ever dated again.
No.
After that,
she was busy.
But the idea that she is completely like she's so soured on dating or relationships, it comes from nowhere. There's no story about how she only says that the guy, her father of her kid, just left, and that's all. It wasn't that it made me sad or she just left and like I just closed the shop. That's it.
Well, and he became a rock star, right? Wasn't it that he wanted to be a rock star or something?
He started Faith No More. Yeah.
Hold on,
he wanted to be
but you can't have it.
I think
he went off and found a life of music.
Well, I wish this movie, if I had written it, well, we would have done a lot of things differently, but I would have actually
more gay sex.
The B story would have been, because there wasn't really a B story hardly at all in this movie, like a little bit with the neighbor wanting to fuck old Santas. I would have had the B story is she broke up from her band. She misses the band members, and Tia Mowry is one of the fucking band members because she actually sings. They actually used to be in a girl group.
Oh, that would have been good. And then she was trying to trick her the whole time. And she's like, where do I know this girl from?
Yes, and then it would have made them like, whatever.
And even the stuff with the daughter at the end, with the other daughter in the end.
Oh my God.
Alert, that would have made more sense. Like, oh my God, you got through to my daughter. Now we can be friends.
But then like the entire time I'm watching this and I'm thinking to myself, okay, so they're setting up something where she's like a punk singer, but she doesn't want to get on stage anymore. So she's going to sing later on as a punker. But also this is supposed to be some like a Mrs. Doubtfire Santa movie. How is this all going to come together?
Cut to a man in a wolf mask. Ow!
So we have our horror gays.
Now, this is what I'm going to say about this.
I know gays like this.
Me too.
Yeah, horror gays.
I know a lot of horror gays. I don't know anyone who has a scanner of a face in their home, though.
No, that was crazy. But that was crazy. But I do want to say this. They were probably the most believable thing in this movie, in that we all three just said we know gays like this. But also, I appreciate that because I'm going to say this, and I can say this because I'm not a beautiful, buff gay man. But horror gays look like these two guys. They don't look like West Hollywood guys. Yeah. So I enjoyed that they used like real gay people in real. This was representation.
Neither one of them. I think it was written by a gay person, because this is like horror gays are a niche, but we all know them, and it's like Disney gays, horror gays, Pokemon gays, and I think that I was like, oh, this is like. Ooh. Yeah, and there's usually
the boo-boo gays are a whole other thing.
The boo-boo gays.
But this was like. This felt very real right here.
Yeah, they did. At one point, I do wish Harvey Fierstein, the older brother, isn't. He is not.
He could never.
And maybe it was good that they didn't go all gay minstrelsy on us. Maybe that's progress, but at least they could have been funnier. But they were real.
Well, but honestly, most gays could be. Like, I think a lot of gays we expect a lot out of each other. Yeah,
I totally agree.
A lot of times, like, I've been on dates with people where I'm like, "How are you gay?" And then I have to leave, and I'm like, "Well, that's not fair." Not everybody can be like crushingly sarcastic or whatever.
Really? I honestly think they do. I think that's.
You're like, that honestly, is the least we could ask for as a community.
If we're overachievers.
Now that our rights are being taken away again, you got to get funny.
Yeah,
I know.
How are you
going to stand out? There's too many gay people.
If we're accepted by everyone, you can be boring. But
I think you're right, because a lot of gay humor comes from being bullied and like having to come up with the humor to defend yourself or become acceptable. And when gay acceptance came in, we got a lot of really boring gays. I mean, I'm sorry, there are a lot of us out there who are just boring as hell. All they do is work out and talk about protein and fuck on Grindr, and that's like all they do and all they know, and it's sad, so maybe you're right, we need a little pain back.
Have you been on a date with someone? I recently did it.
No.
Matt knows me too well. He's like, yep.
I'm just saying, I went on a date with someone who was I'm 48 years old, and I went on a date with someone who was 29. It was like I was speaking Swahili.
Yeah.
And he was, and it wasn't that he wasn't funny, but it was a different kind of sarcasm. And I would throw something really sarcastic about it. He's like, oh, that's rough. And I'm like, girl, I haven't even given you the rough shit yet.
Yeah, that was like me throwing
Gen Z is earnest. Gen Z is earnest, and they also do the Gen Z stare. And so that's very hard. I have to imagine
that's
very difficult. Where they actually don't know how to say thank you.
Yeah.
And so it's like a thing where the like Gen Zers, because of like COVID or something, were like not socialized into saying
staring at their computer screens or something like that.
Did you also make a lot of Seinfeld
if you compliment them, they just sort of stare
like
back at you.
I did not make Seinfeld references like I do on the pod.
Okay.
Yes, I talk about Seinfeld a lot because there were episodes that come back at certain
things. The problem that you keep saying everyone knows about Seinfeld, and I'm like, no, they don't.
Yeah, no, they don't. And we do that too a lot. You know, on our show, we reference Big Business, I think, every other episode, or like Soap Dish, or, you know, things that are just, they were our teenage years. But obviously people who are newer to the world and our show aren't going to know what the fuck we're we have reviews that are like, what the fuck are these two queens talking about? Like, what are they even? So I don't know. I don't know that I could even date younger. But what are we talking about here?
These
also,
gays,
like,
this is the gay couple.
Getting hot chocolate.
So they're living. She says, I've got 2 interviews, but I need money because Zoey has this snowboarding school. And he's like, what are older brothers for? I can lend you some cash. And she's like, let me show you on this phone the money amount, because I can't, you know me, I can't read numerals. So here you go. It's this much.
And instead of him saying, listen, as your older brother, look, I know about wasting money. Look at this entire apartment. I know. But I'm also a dink, okay? And I have to say, like, now it's time to tell your daughter she can't have everything in life. It's time to draw a line.
Suggest that.
I thought you were going to say something totally different. Like, I waste money on stupid shit. I'm going to help you. But you're like, nope, tell your daughter she's fucked.
You're like, we bought tickets.
There are limits.
We bought tickets to Ariana Grande 3 weeks ago, and I spent $10,000.
We will not support this snowboarding school. Okay, we will not.
We're going to Turks and Caicos after.
What happened to Gunkles? What the hell?
I know.
So he's like, wait, hold off on that though, because there's 50% off for employees. And she's like, oh my God, I can
good at exposition.
Yeah.
So she's like, but here's the thing though. I don't work for Sun Peaks. And they're like, this fucking girl, why do we have to spell out every single thing for her? Go up there and get a job, bitch.
Oh, gosh. So now we get the first scene in the hotel, which I loved because it was very West Wing. They're like walking really fast through a hallway. It's like, all right, what do we got to get going? Christmas is coming. Got to get a Santa. Hey,
our
get
Santa
the
quit
on the pillows. All right.
Written by Barry Sorkin.
Yeah.
There was so much exposition in like 2 minutes of what we needed.
But make sure at least 2 of the 4 elevators do not work. This is a pricey hotel. We don't want people getting too comfortable.
It was bad enough when our GM ran off with that Latvian ski instructor. Esoteric reference.
I got to say, props, because she's a child star and you see it. Tia carries this off and actually
they gave her nothing to do.
But
absolutely nothing.
She does look like her life is empty and all she can cling on to are small wins in the office.
Yes.
And I feel like there's someone specifically who like Ronnie and I have worked with in the past, and I see her in this person. And I'm like, oh my God, that's
Jake,
her.
I promise that's not you.
It's not you.
I promise we don't text about it at all.
It's just someone that we're working with currently right this second. Yeah, I thought she really pulled it off too. She had a lot of pathos, like that. Like you could always see her thinking and always see her pissed. Yeah. And they didn't really write her as huge of a villain as they could have.
Yeah. So this person's like, oh my God, wait. Urgent talk. I've got to be on my cell phone. Santa quit. Oh my God. They ran off with a Latin ski instructor. Fix it right now. I'm like, how about you get freaking Jimmy and say, guess what, Jimmy, you got a promotion. You're Santa now. And you could find some dink around the alley to be the elf.
I don't think he could pass the background check though. But
no. Yeah. Jimmy's got confused in some situations and Lenny's somebody.
Jimmy, I don't, there's something weird and off about Jimmy. I don't even think, I think he's only working at the hotel because he's not allowed near a school.
It is true. He is very Lenny of Mice and Men.
Yeah, but the hotel is a school. Did you forget? Snowboarding Academy.
It's a school for snowboarding.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's naturally.
And Tia's
so of course she's like, I would like to talk about the manager position. He's like, hold on, we're speed walking through a hotel. Okay, we do got to talk about. Give it to my son.
I will say the dad is I think the worst actor in this
film.
film.
My God! Now the dad does deliver dialogue. you can tell that the dialogue is bad when the dad delivers it. And there's one line we're going to cover in just a little bit I laughed out loud, and the woman stared at me in the plane seat next because I was like a loud cackle. She just went, but we'll talk about that. So the dad says, we have a Christmas party to plan, a concert to arrange, in less than 72 hours, tree lighting ceremony. Shouldn't this have been planned in October? Like, why are we doing this now?
All right, once we get Christmas done, let's get going on Patriarchy 2026. All right, get me in here. All right, you're a woman, you'll never get a raise. You write that down? Did you write it down? Okay, very good.
I wasn't really sure what the sequence of events was for this hotel. So they're gonna have some sort of tree lighting ceremony, and then there's gonna be a concert, and then there's gonna be another tree lighting. It was just sort of like this, and there was like a lot of concern for, like, let's be honest, only like 30 people showed up to any of these events, and it was just like.
And they say this is our busiest time of the year, and Dad's like, I gotta make sure this better be done the best possible way it could. I'm really counting on you guys, so I'm going to go off on a business trip for a couple of days.
Why was the business trip even in there? The business trip didn't even make sense because he's like, well, I'll be back in time for the tree lighting. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, the climax of the tree lighting, because Dad's going to be away and everything's going to be crazy. And he's come back and be like, what happened? But then he's back like the next scene. I was like, oh, why did we have to learn about him going to why did he have to go to New York?
It's too convenient. There were so many things that, like, I'm working on a project now, and I'll write something, and a producer friend will say, yeah, that's we just need that, but it can't be the first choice, the most convenient thing. And I'm like, no one did that in this script.
Right? Yeah.
There's no story editor.
No,
there was no one saying no.
So Taylor goes up to the front desk, and for some reason she's like asking, like, the bellhop, like, please tell me you've got some positions open. Please, here's my file.
I just work here.
Why are you asking the front desk guy? She's asking some 16-year-old at the front desk. He's like, I don't think we have anything. Surely you do. I can do anything. I can clean toilets. I can give a blowjob. Just show me who to blow. And he's like, oh, sorry.
And he's like,
I've actually got to check someone in.
I'll even clean the men's bathroom.
Yeah. And because it's 2025, here, let me give you a manila folder with my resume and all the papers of what my background is. You certainly don't need an electronic version of this, right?
Not at all.
So then Natasha comes around, and she passes right by her, as you normally do, when you're working really
in earshot.
You walk right past all the customers at the front desk, and you're like, we need someone desperately. It pays $2,000 a week. Get me a Santa right now. Yeah, I'm writing checking. I just love to come down.
And one of the old hotel guests goes, darling, get me a spritzer.
So then Taylor's like, oh, excuse me. Hi, I overheard. Did you say there are jobs available? Because your fucking valet says a different story. And she's like, yeah, no. Well, there are no jobs available unless you're an old white man who can play Santa Claus, or also probably just an old white man, because honestly, let's say the system's rigged against everyone else, right?
Yeah.
So she's
but
like,
let me just hand you a flyer for it anyway.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
In case you know any old white men in town.
That's literally all there are in this town. So did we already find out that Matthew is the kid of the dad?
He said,
I guess we've already
he has said, good to see you too, Dad. And Dad says with so much pathos, Matthew, what a surprise.
Yeah. So he's like, all right, let's go over some damage costs. And the secretary's there. And he's like, okay, well, we've got a damage to a rental. We've got statues that have been knocked over, cafe and sidewalks. Those are 6 zeros. We've got over $90 million worth of damage that your son did in Italy.
We're talking millions of dollars.
We're talking millions of dollars. And I thought, wait, is he this way? Is he so nice? And I don't believe he would do this because he actually is the Incredible Hulk and just like transformed in Italy.
I don't see crazy. It with this guy.
There was like, in my mind, I was like, was this a drunk driving incident?
It had to be, because later says he's like, Matthew, the Italian cops are looking for. So is he hiding from the international police in this town?
Also, by the way, this movie would have been so much better if there were 2 Italian cops with bad Italian accents chasing him the entire time.
Guido, and I'm here to see what's in Matthew Lane.
Yeah, like those 2 people from the Chipmunk movie, you know, they're just like, where are we going to get to them?
Smashes.
I was with you, and I was like, "What did he do? Go the wrong way and crash on a street and go crash into a bunch of stuff?"
He was coked out of his mind.
But
with
then,
a dead hooker in the car
today. So, because I'm only in Texas part time, I haven't been here for 6 months. So, I had this huge stack of mail to go through today. Well, I mean, I've had it for a month.
Sounds exciting.
I haven't gone through it. So, I'm finally going through it to pay bills or whatever because it's the end of the year. And look what I got: 2 tickets. I got 2 things in the mail, and I was like, "What the fuck are these?" They are from Vatican City. Oh, I guess I just put my address up there. Please don't come to my house. They're from Vatican City. And I was like, from Vatican fucking City? They are tickets from Vatican City. And let me tell you, when I say I did nothing wrong in this goddamn city.
Is this on your Vespa?
Yes, because I was driving that Vespa around Vatican City because that's how I went sightseeing. And I got tickets for all sorts of shit going into a place I'm not supposed to go into. They've got cameras everywhere. So after getting these, I was like, well, maybe Matthew really didn't do anything wrong.
Maybe there are just too many rules.
Ronnie's like, all I did was just drive my Vespa through gated security and try to get to the Pope. I mean, I don't see what was wrong with that. Give me a ticket.
I wanted to give him a chocolate revolver.
How can they even I should be able to go there.
How do they even prosecute these tickets? Can they even enforce them in any way?
Don't pay it, Ronnie.
Not, but if I ever go back and get on a scooter there again, which would be nice, and what if I get pulled over? They'll be like, "Oh,
pay international."
How much?
How could you do that?
How much
They're
are they?
expensive. One's I don't know how to do the conversion, but one of them is 140. What is it there?
Oh my God, that's like $200.
And one is 89. So these are very expensive.
When it used to be lira, you would have to say, that's 800,000 lira. Because lira were literally like 1/10 of a penny.
Don't put Jake, don't take cheap shots on Italian currency, okay? It's not
the
nice.
lira.
You've gone too far. But it's
drawing the line, okay? I like the idea of like the Vatican City bureaucracy coming, and
especially
Ronnie.
being the Vatican City. I'm like, you know what you guys have gotten away with, and you're
right.
coming for me for this.
They don't need money.
Honestly, getting a ticket from the Vatican City is hilarious. It's like not just Rome; it's like the Vatican City. Like there's someone like Pam.
Yeah, it's not Rome; it's the Vatican
Pam at Vatican City is
yeah.
like going through records. She's like, well, it looks like the Vatican's going to have to close down. Wait a second, there's someone in America who hasn't paid yet. This might be just enough for us to save Christmas.
Yeah, for entering in Art Law 7, 9 and 4 in the built-in up area, entered pedestrian restricted traffic area.
Wow.
That is now 197.
Did they scan your license plate or something? Is that what happened?
Yeah, they scanned the license plate, and I was registered with my driver's license, like when you rent a car.
Oh.
You know? Anyway, I don't need to make it all about this, but like these people.
No, this is fascinating to me.
No, he drove into a location where if you're not doing this with your hand, you get a ticket.
Come on, there was no wheel of
the one piece of pasta the whole time he was here.
They weren't carrying a wheel of Parmesan in the car.
Yes.
Okay, everybody, thank you so much. That wraps up part 2 of our Christmas crossover. Bye.